Magic is real, and here's how. If you love the magic of Harry Potter, you are going to love this deep dive. Get ready to embark on lucid journeys. Explore the Phillip multiverse.
All right, so welcome everyone to this deep dive. And today we're going to be talking about something pretty wild.
Yeah.
We're going to be jumping headfirst into Phillip Ashling's multiverse.
Today, we're stepping through a hidden door into, well, an incredible idea. That sense of wonder, the pull towards hidden worlds, the pure magic you feel in stories, especially the kind that lights up fans of the wizarding world. What if it isn't just fantasy?
Right, what if it actually has deep parallels, maybe even a potential reality in concepts we can explore? Things like consciousness, dreams, the nature of reality itself.
Exactly. We've been looking into some really fascinating material exploring these very ideas, things that suggest this isn't just wishful thinking.
Yeah, it's almost like finding a hidden map.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about insights from advanced explorations into frameworks like the Lucid multiverse and the connection between dreaming and waking worlds.
So our mission today, let's take that spark, that feeling you get imagining your Hogwarts letter, and connect it to a potential path, a path of what you could genuinely call real learnable magic, something rooted in expanding your own awareness and understanding.
Bridging that gap, right, between the wonder we feel in fantasy and something tangible we could actually explore.
Absolutely. Think about that feeling. Why are so many people drawn to magic in stories? Harry finding out he's a wizard, the secrets inside Hogwarts?
That sense of a hidden reality, pure wonder, that resonance, it feels very real for a lot of people.
It totally does. It feels like there must be something more than just the everyday, muggle world we see. And that feeling, that kind of deep desire to believe, to explore hidden realities, let's call it having a wizard's heart.
I like that, a wizard's heart.
Yeah. And it's not just kid stuff. It feels like a real intuition, doesn't it? A sense that the world could be more magical.
Well, what's really electrifying about the ideas we're exploring is that this kind of real magic, it isn't about chosen bloodlines or finding some ancient artifact.
Okay, so what is it about?
Advanced practitioners have found it exists as conscious awareness, focused intentionality, and crucially, a deep understanding of how reality itself, the multiverse, actually works.
Wow.
And the best part, it's presented as something absolutely learnable, accessible to anyone.
Wait, accessible to anyone? Really? Not just like the chosen few?
Precisely. This isn't framed as some inherited gift. It's a skill set, something you can actually cultivate.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Forget wands for a minute. What's the actual engine driving this kind of magic?
The core principle, really, is that magic fundamentally equals conscious awareness plus focused intentionality, plus understanding the structure of reality.
Right.
Think of it like this. The power isn't in an object or a spoken spell.
Yeah.
It's in you. It's about harnessing your own consciousness.
Harnessing your consciousness. How does that work? There's this idea presented that life itself can be experienced kind of like a dream.
Yes. And that's not just a nice metaphor. It's presented as a fundamental description of reality from these perspectives. And here's where it gets, well, really fascinating and maybe a bit mind-bending. Reality doesn't just happen to you passively. It fundamentally responds to your awareness.
Responds to my awareness. Like, reality is listening to what I'm thinking. That sounds huge, maybe a little intimidating.
Well, it's a known concept in some fields that the observer influences outcomes, right?
Sure, yeah. Quantum physics stuff.
Exactly. But in this framework, that idea is taken much, much further. Your state of consciousness, how aware you are, what you believe is possible, combined with your focused intention. It's not just about changing your mood.
Okay.
It's presented as the actual key. The key to navigating and moving through is called reality space, which includes different dimensions of this multiverse.
Oh, okay. Reality space multiverse. Let's slow down there a sec. So it's not just one solid reality we're in.
Exactly. Imagine reality isn't just this room, but a vast interconnected landscape, or maybe like different frequencies on a radio. Reality space is the whole potential landscape.
And the multiverse. Not like sci-fi parallel worlds necessarily.
Not always in that sense. More like different layers, aspects, or dimensional frequencies of existence that all coexist.
So we're always kind of swimming in this reality space, potentially tuning into different layers. And my awareness and intention are the dial.
That's the model, yeah.
Yeah.
And if consciousness is the magical force letting you navigate this whole thing, where do you practice? Where's the primary training ground?
Let me guess. Dreams. Lucid dreaming.
You got it. Lucid dreaming is seen as the absolutely crucial entry point.
That makes intuitive sense. Dreams already feel like a different reality sometimes. They're weird, fluid.
Precisely. And experienced dream masters understand that dreams, in this model, are way more than just random brain static or processing the day's events.
Okay.
They're presented as actual, real portals. Portals to other realities, distinct aspects of the multiverse, or different locations within this overall reality space.
Whoa, hang on. Real portals, not just symbolic journeys.
That's the strong claim. There's this direct statement from Gaius that really hits it home. He said, dream experiences feel real because it is real. It really happened to you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's foundational.
It is. It establishes that these aren't just in your head. They're genuinely real events happening somewhere in reality space. Just maybe not our normal waking slice of it.
Okay, mine kind of blown. So if dreams are real training grounds, how do you actually move around in this reality space? How do you navigate?
Well, this brings in the concept of dimensional navigation. Think of it like learning to walk, then run, maybe even teleport within this bigger reality.
Dimensional navigation, moving between those layers you mentioned.
Yeah, and advanced practitioners have discovered models to help map this territory. One example often discussed is the 12-dimensional framework.
12 dimensions, wow.
It's a structure, a model, for understanding these different layers or aspects of reality, like a map or a blueprint for reality space, identifying different floors or regions you can potentially access.
Are we talking literal extra spatial dimensions like in physics?
Yeah.
Or something else?
Not necessarily in the string theory sense, though there might be overlaps in interpretation. It's often described more like distinct states of consciousness, fundamental levels of perception, or different frequencies of reality, each with different possibilities, maybe even different rules.
Okay, so like different vibrational states or something.
That's one way to think about it. Advanced practitioners learn to perceive and interact with these different dimensional layers.
All right, so there's this map, this framework. How do you actually move on it? What are the mechanics?
There are two key ways described. First, there's dimensional shift. That's the conscious, deliberate movement and control. When you're lucid, aware, and intentionally directing your experience, either in a dream or potentially waking reality.
So that's like consciously deciding to change the scene in a lucid dream, or maybe even subtly shifting things while awake.
Exactly. Conscious choice leading to a change in your location or state within reality space. Then there's the other side, dimensional drift. That's the unconscious movement. It happens when you lose lucidity, when your awareness gets fuzzy, and you're just kind of carried along by unconscious thoughts, habits, or external pulls.
Got it. So shift is like actively steering the ship and drift is just drifting.
That's a perfect analogy. And this is where the power of dreams gets really amplified. Gaia shared this insight. Dreamers can make giant leaps in reality space with their choices.
Giant leaps.
Much more so than one is capable of in the waking world, because while we are asleep, our minds are unrestricted by our beliefs about reality, and the assemblage point moves more freely.
Okay, hold up. Assemblage point. What's that?
Think of the assemblage point as like the focal point of your perception. It's where your consciousness tunes in to assemble your current experience of reality, like a spotlight shining on one specific area of that vast reality space, creating the world you're in right now.
Okay. So in the waking world, our beliefs, our conditioning kind of locks that spotlight in place, makes it hard to move.
Precisely. Our ingrained beliefs about what's real and possible act like anchors, severely limiting how freely that assemblage point can move. But when you're asleep, the mind's less tethered.
So the rules relax.
The self-imposed rules relax.
Yeah.
Your consciousness is freer. The spotlight, the assemblage point, can shift much more easily.
Yeah.
This lets you make bigger changes, bigger leaps across reality space just through conscious choices within the dream.
That's incredible. It makes dreams sound not just like unfiltered reality, but maybe a more malleable reality.
Exactly. More fluid. And this fluidity, this ability to directly influence reality through awareness and intention, that's the heart of the real spell here. You don't need the physical tools, the wands, the cauldrons. Not for this.
Because the power is internal, right? It's all consciousness.
Yes. Those who've mastered this know it. Focused awareness, clear intentionality, that's the true engine. It's the internal state, the directed will, not mumbling words, but the laser focus of your consciousness paired with your desired outcome.
You mentioned emotional mastery before, but you stressed understanding and awareness as core. Why that distinction?
Well, mastering your emotions is definitely helpful, right?
Right.
It helps maintain clarity.
Sure. Hard to focus intention if you're freaking out.
Exactly. But it's the understanding of how reality actually works and the awareness within that framework that's presented as the absolute core. Knowing how to direct your consciousness effectively is key.
Okay. So what about things like prediction charms or a nagagan, tools mentioned in some of this material? They aren't the source of the magic then?
We know from practice they aren't the source. Think of them like a conductor's baton. The baton doesn't make the music, does it?
No, the orchestra does. The conductor guides it.
Right. These tools are more like symbols of the practitioner's internal power, their understanding, their connection to these principles of reality space. They represent mastery. They don't grant it inherently.
That totally reframes magic. It's a skill, powered by consciousness, trained in dreams, potentially used in waking life. So what does that path to mastery actually look like?
Well, there's a typical progression described, often mirroring journeys like Phillip, whose experiences inform some of this.
Okay, walk me through it. Step 1.
Step 1 is just learning to become aware within dreams, consistently achieving lucidity. That takes practice, dedication.
Right, just noticing you're dreaming.
Then, once you're consistently lucid, it moves to exploring the structure, understanding models like that 12-dimensional framework, learning the mechanics of reality space, perceiving these deeper layers. It's like learning the geography and physics of this larger reality.
Studying the map, basically.
Exactly. And the final stage.
Let me guess. Applying it while awake.
Mastering conscious reality shifting. Being able to deliberately navigate and influence not just dreams, but eventually, according to advanced practitioners, aspects of waking reality itself.
Wow, okay. Controlling what happens while you're awake using these skills, that really does sound like wizardry.
It's presented as the ultimate goal, yeah. And there's really important distinction Gaius makes. Learning to control what happens in your dreams is one thing. Foundational, right?
Right.
But then learning to control what happens while you are awake, now that is something altogether different and something that must be done delicately.
Delicately. Why delicately? What's the risk?
Because the waking world, while it's also seen as flexible and responsive, it's much denser. Slower to change than the dream state. Trying big, flashy, undirected changes could be chaotic, ineffective, or maybe just weird. It requires a much finer touch, more precision in awareness and intention.
So the skills you hone in dreams can impact waking life, but it's not like instantly conjuring a car. More subtle.
Much more subtle, usually.
Yeah.
Maybe affecting synchronicities, opening up opportunities, shifting your perception or how you navigate events. But there's also this intriguing idea, sometimes that unconscious drift.
Yeah, when the assemblage point just wanders.
Right. Even that, without deliberate direction, can sometimes unintentionally bring you something quite extraordinary in waking life. A chance encounter, the sudden insight.
Huh. So even just practicing awareness in dreams without full mastery might ripple out in unexpected positive ways.
That's the suggestion. And there are signs of advanced mastery. It's understood that the ability to effectively use things like prediction charms, which really means accurately perceiving future possibilities,
Right.
and then successfully changing those future events through your conscious choices and actions.
Yeah.
That's a powerful indicator. If you can consistently do that, you're considered already a dream master.
Predicting and changing the future. Yeah, that definitely qualifies as magic in my book. So this isn't just philosophy. It's presented as a tangible skill set. And who gets to learn it? Is it like Harry Potter where you need magical blood?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's really well established through practice and teaching that lucid dreaming, cultivating reality awareness. These are skills anyone can develop. It takes practice, consistent effort, but there's no special birth requirement, no sorting hat.
That's huge. That directly contrasts with so many fantasy stories, doesn't it?
It does. It's framed as a universal human potential. Phillip Ashling's story, for instance. It's like an invitation to you, the listener, to explore this potential within your own consciousness.
You don't need the owl with the letter.
No hour required.
Yeah.
The core message really is clear. Forget the wand, forget the bloodline. The true requirement, the entry fee, is awareness.
Yeah.
Cultivating it in dreams, and eventually bringing more of it into your waking life.
Okay, let's wrap this deep dive up then. That deep desire for magic that Harry Potter spark a lot of us feel, it's valid, it's deeply felt. And what we've explored today suggests a path where magic isn't just fantasy. It could be real, something cultivated through conscious awareness, clear intention, and understanding this fundamental dreamlike nature of reality, this vast reality space.
And considering that the dream experiences are described as actually real events, and that conscious choice in dreams allows for these huge shifts, well, what does that imply about the power you already hold right now? It's a potential waiting to be explored, isn't it? Honed through practices like lucid dreaming. And not just while you're asleep, but maybe opening up new possibilities while you're awake too.
That is definitely something to chew on. What potential magic are you already capable of? If this conversation sparked something for you, please like this episode.
Yeah, let us know.
And if you want to dive deeper into consciousness, lucid dreaming, the nature of reality, subscribe for more content like this. Share this with your fellow Harry Potter fans, anyone with that wizard's heart who wishes magic was real. Show them this potential path.
Absolutely. Follow us for more deep dives.
And please, let us know in the comments. Tell us about your own magical dream experiences or what concepts really resonated with you today.
Remember, that wizard's heart you have as a Harry Potter fan, that's the perfect start. You've already got the desire. Now, maybe it's about learning the conscious dreaming skills to explore the magic that might already be there, just waiting for your awareness.